Yeah, hi there everybody. It's still Tuesday the 10th of November 2009, and this is the third part of this little, and hopefully we'll be able to get it finished. Maybe. We'll see. We'll try anyway. Really what I want to talk about is about the manifestation of the law. The law has all these grandiose attachments. They've got senior counsels and men wearing wigs and black robes and men sitting up on daises, and at the end of the day, really none of that is important. What is important is the manifestation of the law. How does it physically manifest itself out in society? Well, for a start, one of the things that goes on is we have a prison service, a prison system, and that means depriving people of their liberty and taking their liberty away, citizens, and putting them in the pokey, in the jails. And if you analyse any prison on any day in the Republic of Ireland, there's thousands of people in the whole prison system. And if you analyse that, if you take a macro view and analyse it and dissect it, you'll find that a large number of those people that are there not for any violent crimes. No, they didn't kill anybody, didn't assault anybody, didn't do any of that stuff. They fitted into that little middle section which related to property, property and money. Property stroke money. Yeah. What happened was they fell foul of somebody or some corporation in either borrowing money from that corporation or getting money from that corporation and were unable to pay it back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link down here, and you can read an article from a man called Kevin Doyle, and he's a political reporter for the Herald, the Evening Herald, and this is from Tuesday, November the 3rd, and it gives you good insight into. I'd be happier if you just read it, and it gives you good insight into, and it tells you one person a day is jailed for not paying their bills. All right, so that's 3,500 last year, and as well as last year, there were 2,520 people jailed for not paying court fines. Okay, so what happens is, how that's done is, you appear in front of the judges, and the judges say to you, I imposed a fine of £500 on you, or €500, on you last, whatever it was, a month ago, and you haven't paid it. You're in contempt of court, and I'm giving you a month in the pokey, or 2 weeks in the pokey, or whatever. That person now has a criminal record, gone to jail. Alright? That has serious social consequences for anybody. They didn't kill, they didn't assault anybody. Their crime was they owed money to somebody or to a corporation. Alright? They still are in jail for it. Now, the flip side of the coin is as follows. Now, I've only written this down in 30 seconds, so you have to bear with me. Just think of all the scandals involving not £10 or £500 or fine level money, maybe £1,000. Not involved in this. I'm talking about millions of pounds. I'm talking about billions of pounds that involve us as the Irish people. Okay, we'll just go down these very, very quickly. All right, these are just a few of the things. Okay, what about the HSE scandals? All right, people getting HIV infected blood given to them by the blood transfusion service. What about that? What about the BSE scandal, which went on here in this country, where people were given infected meat on an ongoing basis for up to 10, 15 years, and the state knew about it and did nothing about it? This meat was doled out to the citizenry of this country. What about all the government scandals and all the many hundreds of millions that have been spent on the tribunals? What about the bank scandals? It's going to cost us, so far it's cost us about 54 billion, which we have borrowed from the European Central Bank to give the NAMA. And I think we've already given the banks about 15 billion in direct injections of capital. And what about all the other scandals, like the ongoing CIE scandal at the moment? How many people do you think, after all that money and all that loss to the state, which is not the state's money at all, it's our money, how many people do you think out of all those scandals have gone to the pokey, gone and locked up? How many people do you think have been locked up? I don't think, you probably couldn't count them on one hand. You probably would have trouble putting them on one hand. It must be less than 3 or 4 people. But if you go in an ordinary circuit court judge in front of him on a Wednesday or a Thursday or whatever day they hold the local, and you owe €500 to that judge because he's fined you, you can't pay it, you bet your bottom dollar, or you owe a credit card company €1,500 or €1,200, I'll bet your bottom dollar they'll stick you in the pokey because they want their pound of flesh. And then of course the ultimate thing are the men who arbitrate over the whole thing. I think there's less than 150 of them in the whole state. Most of them are government appointees. It's not based on a meritocracy. These aren't the finest senior counsels in the land. These aren't the finest legal minds in the land. These are people who are, as I say, political appointees. They're nominated by the state. They take up these positions as judges, or either on the Supreme Court or one of the circuit court judges or the High Court judges. And the state has written to those people asking, are they prepared to take a cut in their wages like everybody else in the public service? And a tiny minority of those people have written back and said yes. These are the people that set the moral, the legal mores, the legal ethics whereby you and I have to live our lives. But they live their lives by different standards, by different rules. They are the law. They're above everything. Yeah, we truly live in extraordinary times. The law is an extraordinary instrument, but we mustn't ever lose sight of what its purpose is. And if you think it's there to defend your rights, I tell you, friend, you are dreaming. Citizen, you are dreaming. You are truly dreaming. Do you believe that? You're in an altered state of reality, and you probably want to stay there. Or maybe you want to waken up. Anyway, we'll finish there. Thank you.